Today, I redrafted the 2024 NFL Draft. The regular season's over now, so we have a pretty good idea how some of these draft picks look, and obviously a lot of these guys are going to develop over time, but just in an overreaction, one-year pocket, let's give every team a redo. And if you like this kind of video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too. I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers, and there's a lot of people who watch these videos who are not subscribed, so just check if you're not subscribed. It's totally free, and there's a lot of work that goes into these videos. So,
with the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, LSU.
Which means Caleb Williams is now going number 2 overall to the Washington Commanders. Now, obviously, the success and struggles of both of these quarterbacks this year is completely tied to the situations they're in. Jayden Daniels went to a much better situation with better coaching, and Caleb Williams' head coach was fired mid-year. But for the purpose of this redo, I think the Bears might consider taking Jayden Daniels first this time. Now, with the third pick, I actually have the Patriots sticking with Drake May. He looked pretty good in the games he did play in this year, and I think he's actually in the right situation for his talent, especially with Mike Vrabel as the new head coach. At number 4, I have the Cardinals taking Malik Nabers. Nabers has a good chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and head-to-head against Marvin Harrison Jr., his numbers are just better. Again, not to say Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't going to be great, but for the purpose of this video, I think Nabers would go first. At number 5, I have the Chargers taking Brock Bowers. He set the rookie receptions record with 110, and Justin Herbert needs a receiver that can catch the ball. At number 6, I have the Giants taking Bo Nix. At number 7, the Titans are taking Marvin Harrison Jr. At number 8, the Falcons are taking Jared Verse. They desperately needed help on defense all year. At number 9, we're really trying to help the Bears line with Joe Alt. At number 10, I have the Jets not trading away this pick and instead taking JJ McCarthy. Obviously, injuries are not a factor for this video, and I love Aaron Rodgers and hope he comes back next year, but I think in hindsight, the Jets would have been smart to take a quarterback for the future. But for this video, I am going to make him the starting quarterback. At number 11, the Vikings take Quinyon Mitchell. At number 12, the Broncos take Michael Penix Jr. 13, the Raiders take Brian Thomas Jr. 14, the Saints take Olu Fashanu. At 15, the Colts take Ladd McConkey. 16, Seahawks take Talisi Fuaga. 17, the Jags take Rome Odunze. At 18, the Bengals take Cooper DeJean. 19, the Rams take Dallas Turner. 20, the Steelers take JC Latham. At 21, I kept the Dolphins' real-life pick with Chop Robinson. 22, Eagles take Kool-Aid McKinstry. 23, Vikings take Laiatu Latu. 24, the Cowboys take Bucky Irving. At 25, the Packers take Edgerrin Cooper 1 round earlier than they did in real life. 26, the Bucks take Terrion Arnold. 27, the Cardinals take Byron Murphy. At 28, the Bills take Xavier Worthy. 29, the Lions take Nate Wiggins. 30, the Ravens take Amarius Mims. At 31, the 49ers get Zach Frazier. And to round it out at pick 32, the Chiefs get Keon Coleman. Obviously, I used the original draft order and not the trade draft order. Since we're changing things up anyway, it would just get too messy considering trades were made to pick certain guys. So I used the original order. Now we will jump in to play with some of the guys that we changed their teams right here. We're going to get a first. Daniels had a really impressive year, but I don't think that's enough to actually save the Bears. Even a super talented young quarterback cannot overcome terrible coaching like the Bears have. And I also thought it was important to get them a really good lineman in Joe Alt to actually protect Jayden Daniels, because Caleb Williams got crushed literally all year long, and they already have Keenan Allen and DJ Moore who's able to break those tackles and get a first. I think the Bears are definitely going to do better in the sim with Jayden Daniels than they did with Caleb Williams in real life. I am fully expecting like a number 7 seed. Is he fast enough? He is fast enough to get in for the touchdown. Now on the flip side, I think that the Commanders also have a pretty good chance to make the playoffs with Caleb Williams. Coaching obviously doesn't play a huge factor into Madden Sim other than the playbooks that you actually use. What I am actually more interested in is which of the 2 quarterbacks statistically will actually be better. I mean, I think it would have to be Jayden Daniels just because he's the higher overall, even though he's on the worst team out of the 2 options. But yeah, in reality for the Bears, like I think once they actually have a real coach for Caleb, they're going to be very good with him. And we'll see here if he's going to be good with the Commanders. Unfortunately for the Giants though, I think they're still going to be pretty bad with Bo Nix, who actually is fast. So I should just run with him and get the first down here. This team, especially without Malik Nabers, just has so little talent on offense and defense. And Bo Nix is another guy who like truly benefited from the situation he was in being with Sean Payton on the Broncos, I actually really like running with him. And the Giants really do have like no fun offensive playmakers. So I'm just going to try to run it in with him. Oh, he gets stuffed. Screw it. Just going to throw the quick slant to Slayton, who does grab it. And the last quarterback we're going to check out is JJ McCarthy on the Jets. Wow, Devontae just like went through 3 defenders there, and he gets all the way in for the touchdown. Gonna run it back because I wanted to say that obviously if the Jets drafted McCarthy, he would have sat behind Rodgers all year long. Oh my God, Lazard breaks that. And honestly, as a Jets fan, I would love to have a quarterback sit behind Aaron Rodgers with literally no expectation to play. Low-key, I hope the Vikings extend Sam Darnold and want to trade away JJ McCarthy. Oh my God, there's so much space in front of him. I don't know where to go now. I probably should have just slid. I doubt he gets traded, but I do think the Vikings are going to give Sam Darnold like a 3-year contract, similar to what Baker Mayfield got with the Bucs. But look, selfishly, I would love for him to be the quarterback of my team because I think he is a winner, and the Jets don't know anything about winning, but the Jets would probably find a way to screw him up. Real quick, we'll go through some skill position players, starting with Malik Nabers, and I'm just excited to see the numbers he puts up with Kyler Murray because I do think he's gonna do some insane things on this team. And I'm recording this after the Chargers got rolled by the Texans in the playoffs, but Brock Bowers is gonna shake 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Dude's a beast. This offseason, the Chargers need to get Justin Herbert, somebody who can actually catch the ball for him reliably. Oh my God, that was a sick grab. And Bowers is definitely going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year in real life, in my opinion. So I think in the game, he's probably gonna put up some pretty good numbers with Herbert, starting with his first NFL touchdown on the Chargers. So now we'll sim to the playoffs and we'll see how everyone does on their new teams. Okay, wow, Washington won the NFC East at 11-6 with Philly and Dallas both making it in. Okay, wow, Caleb had 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 22 picks. Bo Nix on the Giants literally had a better year, but Bucky Irvin on the Cowboys nearly had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. In the North, the Lions and Packers made it in. Jayden Daniels was the worst quarterback in the division with 3,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, to only 8 picks. In the South, Tampa was the only team to make it in, and in the West, only the Niners made it in. 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns for neighbors in Arizona. In the AFC East, the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills all made the playoffs. Wow, JJ had 4,400 yards, 42 touchdowns to 17 picks, and Drake May starting the whole year had 3,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 16 picks. Xavier Worthy on the Bills also broke 1,000 yards with 9 touchdowns. In the North, the Ravens and Steelers made it in. In the South, the Colts were the only team to make it in, with Ladd McConkey leading the division with 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns. Adunze was second in the division with 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. And on the Titans, Marvin Harrison Jr. had 740 and 2. And lastly, in the AFC West, no real surprise, the Chiefs were the only team to make it in. Penix had a pretty good rookie year on the Broncos with 3,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, but 22 picks is very high. Brock Bowers on the Chargers had 1,250 and 8. Keon Coleman on the Chiefs had 823 and 7. And Brian Thomas Jr. on the Raiders had 522 and 2. Overall, Joe Burrow led the league with 4,600 yards, and JJ McCarthy actually led in touchdowns with 42. That is insane for a guy who did not even play in real life. And defensively, Aiden Hutchinson had 22.5 sacks. But what was the most from a rookie? It was Byron Murphy II with 6 in Arizona. Jared Verse on the Falcons even had 5.5. And for interceptions, Sauce led the league with 8, with Cooper DeJean now on the Bengals getting 7. Edgerrin Cooper on the Packers even had 5 from the linebacker spot. For AFC Rookie of the Year was Ladd McConkey on offense, with Cooper DeJean on defense. And on the NFC side, it was Nabers on offense and Edgerrin Cooper on defense. So this is going to be our playoff bracket for this season. And in the wild card, we'll start out with the Bills versus Dolphins. And with under a minute to go in the fourth, the Bills are actually down by 3 here. He's going to check it down to James Cook. I really hate the Dolphins stadium in this game. Just realized the Bills had no timeouts, so there's actually only 8 seconds left in this game. He's gotta throw it deep. Don't love that. It's funny that I didn't change anything for the Dolphins really, but they went 14-3. Why would Josh Allen run on the last play of the game? This game is so stupid. So the Dolphins hang on to win. Next up, we got Cowboys versus Niners. We will actually watch the Cowboys on their opening drive to try to hopefully see some Bucky Irving, except no, we're not. Well, not on that play at least. Well, maybe from the one, he'll hand off to Bucky Irvin, who does get the touchdown. I'm really glad we actually got to see him do something because the Cowboys won this game 35-10. And next up with the Steelers versus Chiefs, we are tied at 22 in overtime. I just realized my mic was muted for this overtime. The Steelers got a field goal on their first drive, and then Minkah Fitzpatrick intercepted Patrick Mahomes for the Steelers to get the 25-22 win. Next up, we got the Packers versus Bucks, with the Bucks easily winning this game. Next, we got JJ McCarthy and the Jets going up against AR and the Colts. JJ McCarthy McCarthy's thrown for 275 in this game with 4 touchdowns and also has a rushing touchdown. But late in this game, they just need a first down here from Brees, and they are going to get it. So they're going to hold on to win this game. And last up for this round, we got the Eagles going up against Caleb Williams and the Washington Commanders. And they won this game easily, 28-12. So in the divisional, we get Lions Cowboys, Commanders Bucks, Dolphins Jets, and Ravens versus Steelers. And wow, the Ravens destroyed the Steelers. That's a loss that might get Mike Tomlin fired. Next up, we got the Cowboys going up against the Lions. And the Lions are up by 5 with about a minute and a half to go. I think if they get a first down, I think this game would be over. But even if they don't get a first, I'm not sure. Okay, so a first year does end it, and they do get it. So the Lions hang on to win this game. Next, we got the Jets versus Dolphins. And the Jets easily win this game. The Dolphins got a garbage time touchdown. This game was never close. And last up for this round, we got the Bucks versus Commanders. Kind of funny, we just had this playoff matchup in real life, except this time Caleb Williams is the quarterback. And I jumped in thinking the game was close because the Commanders were down to the 2, but they easily won this game 14-10. So in the AFC Championship, we got the Jets versus Ravens, and on the NFC side, we got the Commanders versus Lions. And midway through the third, the Commies are up 14-2. It's a super weird score to start at, but the Lions are in the red zone, so I wanted to jump in. Basically, all the games in the last round were not close at all, so hopefully the Lions can make a comeback. And they're at the 4 now. I expect a Gibbs handoff. No, he's gonna get sacked. It's honestly not that crazy that the Commanders are here. Like, they're playing very good in real life this year. And I'm recording this after the 14-3 Vikings just got destroyed by the Rams. So the Lions could make a comeback, or really anything's possible. But now with just over 2 minutes to go, the Commanders have got it all the way down to the 19 and even closer now. I think they're gonna hand it off here, and they do get the first down. If they're smart, they actually don't score here, but they are gonna get in. Brian Robinson probably just sealed this game, because now we just went under a minute. The Lions have got it to the 37, but they need to score, honestly, just like that, like really quickly. But they got no timeout, so the clock is all the way down, now ticking under 20. They get the score here, but down by 5. They need this onside kick, and they do not get it. So the Commanders are going to the Super Bowl, and they're gonna face the Jets or Ravens. And midway through the fourth, the Ravens are up by 3, but we're jumping in with the Jets at the 4-yard line. They're gonna hand off to Brees, who gets like 2. Really need a touchdown here. You cannot squander this. And he drops it. They are really gonna squander this, I think, but Brees is gonna fight, and he does actually get in. And it's 3rd and 14 for the Ravens. They're at the 37. They're gonna need a miracle here, and they're gonna get close. So now it's 4th and 2. You gotta hand off to Derrick Henry, and he gets stuffed. Who was that? That was CJ Mosley who just wrapped him up. 1 first down does end this, but if they are no, that is gonna be it. Brees gets it. So the Jets and JJ McCarthy hang on to win, and they are gonna go to the Super Bowl. I love that this is JJ versus Caleb. I'm gonna try to make sure we see like every red zone attempt for both teams just to get the most action. We're up to the 7 now. Caleb's gonna throw down the middle, and he's got the former Jet, Jamison Crowder, for a touchdown. The Jets are still on their first drive now that we're in the second quarter here, and they're gonna gain a first down to Conklin and get way more, down to like the 6. It actually doesn't surprise me that the Jets are here with JJ McCarthy. Earlier in the year, I did Sims with him on the Vikings, and they made the Super Bowl way more times than I expected. But Garrett Wilson's got this touchdown to tie the game up. Just over a minute to go in the half. Caleb's got him down to the 18. He's got to get a first down to Scary Terry, who's still on his feet. I think he actually lost yards, but he broke 1, 2, 3 tackles for the touchdown. How did he do that? Jumped ahead to the 4th, where we're actually tied at 21. Really good to see like a tight back and forth game here. So this is going to come down to the wire. Obviously, as a Jets fan, I would like to see him win, but also I would really like to see the Commanders win. I think they're definitely outside field goal range, especially with Greg Zuerlein as their kicker, but they do actually get the first. Honestly shocked that Conklin held on to that, because that was really tight coverage. Commanders are using timeouts now, so they need to stop him from getting the first. They only got 1 timeout left. A first down here actually seals it. I mean, the Jets still need to make the kick, which is not a given, but Brees is actually going to get him much closer. Yeah, JJ won a bunch of Super Bowls in Sims I did earlier in the season on the Vikings. I think the game just likes him, but now right as time expires, the Jets are going to put this up, and they do nail it. So the Jets hold on to win 24-21. Good for Caleb for making this Super Bowl. Really goes to show that the situation these rookies are put in really matters. But JJ McCarthy wins Super Bowl MVP. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see what happens when I sim the NFL playoffs 100 times, click right here. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.